Oh, dude.
Doing okay?
I'm struggling. Dude.
Hello and welcome to Iced Out, home of the cold water queries. It's a dreary day here in Nashville. The cicadas are really loud right now. And my guest, who is going to be joining me for a chat in 44-degree water, is the vocalist from the death metal band Gatecreeper. Their new album, Dark Superstition, is out now on Nuclear Blast Records, and you can catch them on tour in a town near you all over the world. Please welcome Chase Mason. What's up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
We got 44-degree water. Have you ever done a cold plunge before?
No.
No?
First time? Yeah.
Okay. Well, 44 is pretty cold. It's not the coldest that a cold plunge can go to, but for a first timer, it's definitely cold. Usually people start out at like 60 and work their way down. So this is you're definitely taking the leap here. Dude, all I'll say is it's all about your breath, and it's all about just focusing on your breath. You can breathe loud. It sounds kind of silly, but just go. And just focus on each breath. And focus on the idea that you know you're going to be able to get out of here at some point, and you're going to be able to warm up. There's this fight or flight thing that kicks in, and you kind of just want to jump out.
Yeah.
We're going to be good, dude. And I'll ask you as many questions as I can.
All right.
While we're in the plunge. I'll set this thing for 3 minutes, 15 seconds. All right, here we go. All right. What is death metal?
Heavy music.
You done all right?
Yeah.
All right, just breathe. You got this. What's your pre-show warm-up routine?
You just try to stretch my throat out and go,
How long before the show do you start doing that?
About 30 minutes.
Has that routine changed over time?
Yeah, a little bit. Dude.
Just focus on that breath. Breathe loud. What are some of your favorite bands to see live and why?
Dude.
Yes. You can stick your hands out too if you want. Makes it easier. Doing okay?
I'm struggling.
Okay, just breathe real loud.
Ooh.
And it actually gets better. It gets better once we get to the minute 30 mark. You're gonna start kind of chilling out a little bit. Pun intended.
Bands to see live. I think the band Sleep is probably one of my favorite sets I've ever seen.
Nice. Do they influence you guys at all, or you're
A little bit. It's more like a doomy, like stoner band, but yeah, they got riffs. So
yeah. What about some of your favorite venues you've played?
Club Congress in Tucson was where we started playing a lot of shows. Now we like to play at Crescent Ballroom. Mohawk in Austin is really cool. That's one of our favorite shows we ever played.
Nice. What's on your rider?
Uncrustables, Pedialyte, Red Bull, chips and guac.
Nice.
Yeah.
You drink Red Bulls before a show?
Yeah. I mix it with the Pedialyte.
Hell yeah. Nice. We heard that you actually played in a vape shop before. Any other interesting venues you've played?
Let's think. We played at a tire shop in LA on one of our first ever tours. The vape shop was funny. I think that those are the top two for sure.
Yeah. We're about 15 seconds out. I always like to ask this monumental question, but when was the moment that you realized like this is what you wanted to do with your life?
When I was a kid, my older cousin played in a band, and just watching his band and listening to their demo and thinking like, oh, that could be me playing this at my elementary school talent show.
Sick. I do want to say real quick before we hop out, I like to do a full dip. You don't have to, but I liken it to the hot ones, the last dab.
The last dabs?
Yeah.
So you just slide in?
Yeah, I just kind of like stick my feet up and do on an exhale, just go all the way.
Put your head in?
Yeah, you want to go for it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Hell yeah, dude. I got dicey there for a second.
Yeah, it did. I was like, I need to get out.
Dude. You made it though. Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Ooh. Look what was in mine.
A slug?
Yeah. Little slug guy. So you made it. Super stoked.
Woo.
We got something for you. It's a little wet because I actually screen printed it last night. But
Ooh.
got you a iced out robe.
Needed.
Yeah, get you warmed up there.
Ooh.
Now just be careful not to touch the ink.
Ooh.
How did that feel, man? Were there moments where you were like, I'm gonna quit, or?
Yeah. In the first minute, I was like, I need to stop this. I need to get out immediately. But about a minute and a half in, yeah, relax.
Yeah, it gets better. I was stoked you did the full dunk too, man. That was that's not easy
Might
to do.
as well, man.
Yeah, you're in there, right? The hard part's already done. Yeah, so we'll head over these chairs, ask a couple more questions, have a little chat, warm up a little bit, hopefully.
Cool.
Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. Hi, dude. How was that?
It's good.
Yeah.
I almost didn't make it, but I did.
What do you think, like minute and a half in?
Yeah.
It's pretty normal, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was even kind of struggling. Like I said, I hadn't done it in like a month, so I was kind of having a hard time there.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think you might continue?
I would do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how regularly, but I would do it again.
It's really helped me out a lot, like mentally, and I just feel so fresh when I do it. You know? It makes me feel good.
Yeah, I feel good now. I feel good.
What, you got any other health regimens you do often?
I've been playing tennis lately.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So that's kind of my physical activity. My best friend that I grew up with started playing tennis about a year or two ago, and we try to do it every weekend or something when I'm home.
Sick. Did you play when you were younger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My family was into tennis, and everyone in all my siblings and everybody, we all had to take tennis lessons when we were younger. But when I started skating and everything and playing music, I kind of went a different path. But yeah, when I picked it back up again, I could still play all right.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I know it's like, for me, I never played when I was a kid. I always played baseball. So I tried to play tennis, and it was like, I'm just hitting like home runs over the fence, you know? Well, what do you think about pickleball though?
I haven't tried it yet. I feel like it reminds me of like rollerbladers versus skateboarders.
Yeah, totally.
Where it's like, you're at a tennis court and they're starting to make some of the pickleball courts, and the tennis players are like beefing with the pickleball players. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm not against it.
It's pretty fun, man. My mom actually kind of got me into it, and it's really fun. But I feel that like we have a court here that they just turned into a pickleball court. Yeah. And now like the people that played tennis are like, yeah. When did you get into skating? I was probably 11 or 12 maybe when I started skateboarding. Do you think that helps like influence your musical taste at all? Yeah. Yeah. I was getting into like punk and that sort of stuff when I was that age. So that kind of was hand in hand with skateboarding. And then when I started getting into like heavier music was also, I heard some of the metal for the first time, like Slayer, from, I think it was Zero Misled Youth. I think Slayer South of Heaven is in that. Maybe like Eric Ellington's part or something. That was the first time I heard Slayer was in a skate video. Sick. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Any favorite skaters? Oh, so when I got into skating, late 90s, I was a Muska kid. I was a Shorties kid. So yeah, I liked Muska. I liked Fulfill the Dream, the video. Mm-hmm. Loved that one. Also, I really liked Daewon Song and Rodney Mullen. That Versus video was really sick. Yeah, that's probably my Eric Costin. Yeah. Toy Machine. I liked all the Toy Machine videos. So skateboarding, but also just art-wise at Templeton. Oh yeah, for sure. I used to love all those Toy Machine videos just for the like the graphics and just the way they were put together and stuff.
And they had death metal bands and stuff, and jump off of buildings and stuff.
Yep. A lot of those videos had like a pretty varied style of music. You know, there was like rap and indie and all kinds of stuff. Did you get into the other kinds of music through that too?
Yeah. So my cousin that got me into skateboarding and punk and everything, they were like a really good resource when I was younger. Just whatever was cool, you know, like he was like that kind of like cool older. Everybody seems to always have like older brother, the kid in the neighborhood or whatever. And so I had 2 cousins, and they were into, you know, underground music and got me into a lot of stuff. So those went hand in hand. So whether I heard it from a skate video or from my cousins, they was, you know, one and the same, you know. But yeah, a lot of hip hop, like Souls of Mischief and Tribe Called Quest, and that sort of like boom bap, jazzy hip hop was big in skate videos and stuff. And then like CKY videos and stuff. I mentioned earlier Slayer. That was the biggest discovery for me from a skate video.
Sick. Yeah, 93 Till Infinity. That Souls of Mischief song.
Yeah.
Like that's like
classic.
Found it through a skate video, like a 411 video, I think. And
nice.
That's like such a good song. And
yeah.
Don't know if I would have found it without the skate video. Is there any kind of music that someone might be surprised to learn that you are into?
Not really. I mean, I like a lot of rap. I like a lot of Southern rap. I like a lot of like goth music, Sisters of Mercy, The Cure. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's anything surprising. I mean, I'm a person where I don't really believe in like guilty pleasures, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So if I like something, everybody knows it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Death metal lyrics, they could seem kind of scary to some people. Mm-hmm. Do you believe like exploring those darker themes contributes to any sort of positivity in you or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's definitely a heavy crossover of like horror movies and that sort of like, you know, gory or maybe sometime even like violent imagery with death metal. But I explore those topics sometimes. But yeah, I think that there's plenty of dark topics that don't involve, you know, the classic, like, you know, gore and violence. Yeah, I think you can keep it dark, but talk about all kinds of different things, you know?
Yeah, for sure, dude. How do you approach writing your lyrics and stuff like that?
Lyrics for me, I now, like for the new record, I went through after the songs were written like instrumentally and kind of plotted out the rhythm of the vocals. Since I'm not singing, it's almost like a percussion instrument, you know? So the rhythm of it is important. So I kind of map out the rhythms for it, and then I go back and write lyrics and plug in the lyrics to fit with these like rhythms that I wrote.
And then what about like the actual topic or theme? Like where does that come from usually?
It depends. I mean, sometimes when me and Eric, our guitar player, were writing music, he'll suggest a topic or something that he had in mind when he was writing the song, writing the instrumentals. And when I'm in the mode of writing lyrics, I'll like to watch a lot of movies and just absorb a lot of different types of media and just try to find influence in anything. But for this record, I sat down and for like a whole month just watched a bunch of movies every day and tried to kind of take notes or read a book or whatever and just take notes of, you know, words that stand out or topics or ideas and just take notes and go from there.
Sick. You have a song called Sick of Being Sober.
Yeah.
What brought that song about?
At the time, that was like in 2020, so it was like a weird year. And I think it's written during a time when I was kind of like, everybody was cooped up, and I was just like, at that point I had been sober for 8 years or so. And I was just like, man, this sucks, you know, like this, I'm just tired of it. So it's just very like, you know, there's not really much beating around the bush with it. It's just very, it's exactly what the title says, you know?
Yeah.
Just bored and kind of stuck in what I'm doing. And, you know, things have changed since. Everything's always evolving. But it's a good snapshot for where I was at the time, you know, just how I was feeling, frustrated and kind of like misunderstood. You know? Yeah,
for sure. Was there anything you can point to that like helped you like get through that? Because obviously, like, you know, you stayed strong to your.
Yeah, I mean, I maybe writing the song helped. You know, maybe you know, talking with people about it and just I think during that time, for sure, everybody was having a weird time. Everyone was in a difficult time. So that made it better, that it was like, I'm not the only one going through this, you know?
Yeah. Cool. When you guys first set out to start a band, did you guys do a lot of covers?
No, we started just right off the bat writing our own songs. We have done a cover, we recorded a cover, but we never played like a cover live or anything.
So it was just straight to originals?
Yeah.
That's cool. Tour van or tour bus?
We're in a van. Yeah. We're not at the level of a bus yet, but that would be nice.
What do you think the main differences would be?
We've done a tour in sort of a bus. Like we've done tours in the US and in Europe where it's kind of a bigger van, kind of in between a bus and a van where there's bunks in it. Mm-hmm. So you sleep on there. So it's definitely different, just your whole logistics, where if you're in a van, you're staying at like a hotel every night and then you got to drive in the morning to the next show. If you're in a bus or something that has bunks on that you're sleeping on, the driver usually is driving when you're sleeping. So you just kind of wake up at a new venue, which is cool, but it kind of turns out where there's not really any buffer where you're always just at a show. Mm-hmm. You know, like you get out of the show, you go to sleep on the bus, and then you wake up and you're at another show. There's not really anything in between. You're just constantly at a show.
Right.
But it's nice. There's pros and cons to both.
Yeah, sure. If you could craft up your dream tour to go on, like what bands would be on it?
Ooh. Dismember, one of my favorite death metal bands from Sweden. They're back together, so that could definitely happen. There's a band from Finland I really like called Hooded Menace. They don't really tour that much. Definitely not in the US. I've seen them before, but that would be really cool. And then maybe one of our friends' bands, you know, like Full of Hell, or I'll say that's the lineup. Dismember, Gatecreeper, Hooded Menace, Full of Hell.
Sick. You guys do a lot of shows with hardcore bands, it seems. How is that dynamic?
It's cool. I mean, we started out playing shows, just any show. You know, we played with death metal bands, played with hardcore bands, played with punk bands. So it kind of just worked out that we played kind of hardcore shows starting off, and I was helping book a lot of shows. So it happened organically. And we have toured, we toured with Vape, toured Knock Loose. It's cool. It's a different dynamic at the show. People interact a little bit different. It's a little bit harder to control that sort of audience because there's usually like a big hole in the middle, you know, which is not my favorite, but it's cool. I mean,
just because cool. That hardcore show is just a little bit more of like the
it's a little more active, and people don't want to get punched or kicked, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. How's this current tour you're on with In Flames?
It's great. In Flames is awesome band, legendary band, and it worked out really well because our new record, we were influenced by In Flames a lot. And at the time, we didn't know that we were going to tour with them. We hadn't even met them yet when we were writing this record. But last summer, we were in Europe doing some festivals, and we played with In Flames, and we ended up meeting them and talking with them. And then we played another festival with them a couple weeks later, and they were, you know, like their singer was wearing a Gatecreeper shirt, and we were fully, you know, tied in with them. And then we got a tour offer from them that just worked out perfectly, that, you know, our record comes out on this tour, and we're playing new songs to In Flames fans that are In Flames influenced for us, which is cool.
That's
perfect.
Rad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Does it get hard? Like, is it hard to manage the sobriety on tour?
Yeah. I mean, over the years, like, I started touring after I got sober. So that's all that I know. And I think it's helped to just be able to get things done and not be distracted, or just helps to be responsible. I think that you miss out sometimes on a little bit of like bonding time with people, you know, sharing a beer with somebody. But just if, you know, you just tell people that you don't drink, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting more and more like in vogue too. Like I feel like there's always like non-alcoholic options.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's starting to hit the mainstream a little bit more. So
yeah,
that's cool, man. So yeah, where are you from?
Arizona. Mesa.
Yeah. Grew up there your whole life?
Yep. Yes, sir.
You think the desert environment influenced your music at all?
Yeah. I mean, we always try to have some sort of desert or Arizona reference in our titles or whatever it may be, because I think it's unique to be from Arizona. You know, it's just in general, but, you know, in music, it's not really a place where that's known for having bands or even metal bands.
Yeah.
So I think it's a unique thing for us. We're proud to be from Arizona, and I think that it's a unique thing for us to be a band that's out here and touring nationally and kind of waving the Arizona flag.
That's cool. Yeah. You ever see anything trippy in the desert night sky?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I've definitely had friends who have. Some people in the band definitely have, but not me personally, no.
Yeah. How do you feel about aliens? You believe in them?
Yeah, I believe in them.
Yeah.
I would say I'm agnostic towards aliens.
Yeah.
Where I don't know if they do exist or if they don't, but I can't say either way.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel I'm the same way, honestly. I've never actually seen one, but I feel like there's got to be something out there. Although these cicadas are pretty close, man. They're so loud and so funny looking.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah. It's been, honestly, if the sun comes out, it's going to be even louder. They're like very, very loud when the sun comes out. And this is like, I guess the last time that there's been these two broods of cicadas coming out at the same time was like 1807 when Thomas Jefferson was president.
Wow.
There's not going to be another one for another like 200 years.
Whoa.
So it's just like extra heavy right now.
Just for this year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you find the artists for your album covers?
I'm always looking for like new artists for shirt designs, for flyers. We're a very visual band. So it's an important element is the graphics. So usually just on the internet, like through Instagram, or I'll pay attention to other, newer albums that are coming out of like, oh, who did that art, or even older records. Some of those artists are still doing it. Like a lot of the bands or the art that were influenced by like late 80s, early 90s stuff. Some of those people are still, the artists that did those covers are still doing it, So finding those people, always on the hunt. And we've at this point worked with like hundreds of different artists for merch or flyers or album covers. So always looking for new people to work with.
Cool. I bet now that you guys are out there, I'm sure you get people hitting you up too, right? Like,
yeah. We get people messaging us like, oh, hey, I made this shirt design for you, or whatever it is. Sometimes we've used it, sometimes not. I'd say a small percentage, but there's probably every day something like that happens. Yeah,
that's cool. I know you were doing a lot of DIY flyers and doing your photocopy sort of DIY method. Are you still doing that?
Yeah. I would prefer to like collaborate with somebody at this point and do a little bit like kind of more like art direction, creative directing. But yeah, I can do, if I need to, I can do it all by myself. But usually it's like, I'm not really an illustrator, so I'll ask somebody to draw me something or paint something or whatever, and then I can lay it out for if we're doing a flyer. Yeah, I'm pretty hands-on, but over time I would rather just find the right people to work with or to commission some art rather than having to do it myself.
Yeah, for sure. But how do you train your voice to be able to sing like that night after night?
I don't know. I'm self-taught, so I don't think that my technique is very good. Or like if someone was an expert, a professional, they would probably be appalled by my technique. But I think I've just learned over time of just like what works and what makes it easier for me to perform, and what takes the least toll on my voice physically. But I think that at this point my voice is kind of just like calloused probably. So it gets tore up every tour, but less and less as time goes on.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's my technique getting better or just my voice. I'm just, being weathered.
Yeah.
Just more experienced.
For sure. Do you drink any hot tea or anything like that?
Not really. Just Red Bull.
That's the secret right there. What else is next for Gatecreeper?
Oh, got the new record coming out. So at the time of this, the record is out. So we're going to be touring as much as we can for the next 2 years or so. In the fall, we're going to do another US tour and a European headline tour to finish the year. Yeah.
Sick, dude. Dark Superstition, the new album out now on Nuclear Blast Records. Check it out. Chase, thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for doing this. I know it was not probably the ideal interview situation, but
it's cool.
I was stoked that you were able to come out and do this, and you made it through.
I did. I survived. I'm proud.
Thanks again, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you for tuning in, and comment who would you like to see on the show next. Cheers. All right, that's a wrap.
Yeah.